Hey everybody, and welcome to Q&A Wednesday, where I answer the questions that you have about your health and fitness goals. I am freezing, so I refuse to take my jacket off right now. You can also see that Christmas is starting to happen behind me. My daughter's been at it, putting up our Christmas stuff, so grateful for that because, to be honest, I don't know if it would happen right now. So I apologize for the last couple of weeks. I've been a little under the weather, but I am feeling phenomenal at this point, and I am ready to roll and just kick the holiday season into gear. So we're going to talk about that tonight. This is one that I really find a lot of people struggle with this time of year, is really how to avoid the holiday weight gain, because it happens. Now, we're kind of hitting an odd year because we're going from the quarantine 15 to, things are kind of open, to smack down. No offense, I don't like our governor, so I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, just some crazy weird stuff going on. And so that kind of adds insult to injury, where we're using food a little bit as a vice, but it's also the holidays and tradition and family, and so it's kind of a weird, frustrating thing. But I have some advice on how to get through this because I've done it. So again, if you ever doubt that I don't know what I'm talking about, if you go back to about 12-ish or so years ago, I was a big girl. So the advice that I give you is not just because I'm making stuff up. A lot of it is stuff that I've had to figure out on my own. I have this conversation over and over again. I'm very, very frustrated with the fact that our educational system does not teach nutrition. And what little they do teach is not only insufficient for what we need to know, but a lot of it is not correct. So it's very, very frustrating. I still find it funny that our FDA or whatever, anyway, at school, they believe that pizza is a vegetable because it has tomato sauce on it. I'm like, again, I don't know what happened to common sense in our country, but I swear to you, it has flown the coop. So, little frustrated with what I'm seeing around not just our country, but the world right now. None of it makes any sense. So hopefully I can help you out here and give you some ideas in order to make it through the holidays without putting on a bunch of extra added weight gain, because then you have to turn around and try to lose it come January. And for those of you that know me whatsoever, I don't like New Year's resolutions. So for multiple reasons, the biggest one being that it's supposed to be a lifestyle. So, all right, so let's really quickly talk about how to best get through the holidays without putting on a bunch of added extra weight and feeling like garbage. I don't know about you, but when I eat a bunch of things that my body's not used to, it protests. It kind of does the whole, what are you doing to me? So there's actually a benefit there. My daughter at one point pointed out, she goes, I know when I've been eating junk and stuff I shouldn't for too long because it no longer bothers my stomach. She goes, at that point, I know that we're at that point. Like, I need to cut it off, which I totally understand because, yeah, I'm telling you, after Thanksgiving, I kind of lay there and just go, ugh, I don't feel good. Okay, so the first thing that you need to think about is, for most people, the holidays is not the time to try and lose weight. And of course, I don't even like that term. I prefer talking about burning fat because weight is not really a good enough, there's not enough detail there. So, really burning fat, but leaning out, whatever the heck you want to call it. But it's really, unless you are an IFBB Pro bodybuilder, different ball game, you probably shouldn't be trying to lose to be your best goal. Really, because first of all, let me just tell you, the years that I've really tried hard to make progress there, I really haven't enjoyed the holidays with my family like I really want to, because that is one of the benefits of food and friends and the holidays, is enjoying traditions and enjoying family and all of those great things. And you don't want to look back and wish that you had. So, don't stress over that. I really think that your goal should be to maintain. To have a few extra things is fine. The problem comes when you hit every party with multiple drinks and a lot of sugar. So that comes to my second tip, which is pick and choose where you're going to splurge. So if and of course, I'm pretty sure that they've outlawed parties at this point, along with, again, don't even get me started. Hugely opinionated in this situation, but they'll just ban me. So, pick and choose where you're going to splurge. So if you're going out, maybe it's Christmas Eve and you want to have an extra cocktail, or you want to have, the turkey dinner, whatever, just pick and then stick to it. It really isn't, again, having a couple things here or there. It's the fact that most of us tend to continuously eat all this extra throughout the holiday season, and that's where the problem is. It's the consistency, right? You got to be consistent to try and take it off. So when you're consistently eating it, you're going to put it on. So pick and choose what that is. I don't drink very often. When I do, it's usually a planned event. And really, because to me, I don't like to feel like that anyway. But also just the extras, I just don't want to feel like that. And I'd rather really enjoy and indulge on the things that I've planned. It's much more fun. I love the anticipation. That's why I love Thanksgiving, planning it out, figuring out what we're going to have, and really getting the things that I want and not just eating a bunch of garbage, right? I don't know about you, but my philosophy is if I have to work it off, it better taste amazing, right? That's why eat stuff just to eat stuff, right? It's, again, part of it too is you have to have a healthy relationship with food. Again, I think a lot of us are using it as a vice, to try to get through the situation, and it's really not the healthiest option. So, hey, Sean says that he stopped drinking on October 16th. Good job. I find it fascinating that liquor stores, weed stores, and Baskin-Robbins can be open, but gyms are like in this weird holding pattern. Like, I don't know. It's very, very frustrating. Can you imagine if we went into the whole pandemic with everybody being super healthy because they ate well and their nutrition was on point, and we didn't have, 75% of Americans being overweight and pre-diabetic? I think it would be a different ballgame at this point. So, all right, next one is really don't beat yourself up. I mean, really, there is literally no benefit. If you didn't plan this splurge, but you did it anyway, that's fine. Like, get over it. I find it interesting that we all think that we can get where we want to go perfectly. Like, it should be this linear, straight perfection line. And I'm like, that is not how it works. And I think that is part of the problem that we're having in our country today, is that people think that we should never feel bad or have problems or difficulties. Like, everything should just always be hunky-dory. We should always be happy. And life is not perfect. As a matter of fact, you don't learn anything from that, and you're not strong if you don't have to go through trials. So, if you fall down, it's okay. Just don't stay down. Get back up. Keep moving. And if you found, wow, I was only going to splurge twice, but I've splurged every day this week, do some extra cardio. Again, I think the hardest part about the healthy lifestyle is not the physical. It's this. We just really struggle mentally and emotionally. And like I said, I really feel like, number one, we need to be accountable. Like, you make the choice, own it. Like, that's part of it. And then learn from it. I don't know what else to tell you about. It's okay to make mistakes. Like, that is part of life. And unfortunately, I think we, through our school system, have taught that is not okay. Hence the reason I don't teach school anymore, because I find our educational system extremely broken. But that's part of life, because you're supposed to learn from it. I truly believe that's why we're here on this planet. So again, it's okay. Don't feel guilty. Don't play the guilt game, the guilt cycle. See if you can find something to learn from that situation and move on. I remember there's always going to be, you can start again every day if you have to. Now, I know that gets annoying, but really, I think part of it too is that your goals have to be bigger than your obstacles. So, unfortunately, I think a lot of people think that, it's metabolic disease is okay because everybody's going to have to deal with it. That is not true. You might have the genes, but that doesn't mean that you have to create the environment in order to have that disease. Like, that's just ridiculousness. So really, if you have no goal, you have no direction. So although I don't think that you should have a weight loss or leaning out goal throughout the holidays, have something specific to work towards, because if you're not making progress, you're probably going backwards a little bit. So for me, I literally just am trying to feel good. Like, I want to feel good. I want to have energy. I want to be able to keep doing what I do. I do have some business goals. but I'm not trying to stay tiny. I really want to enjoy my friends and family right now, especially in this crazy, crazy year. So hopefully you have an amazing holiday season. I just want you to know I love you all very much. Although I don't trust a whole lot of people right now, I love humans. I think that we're all here to be happy and help each other in that capacity. And I think that we're supposed to struggle so that we can help each other. So have an incredible evening. There will be a Meals with Melissa this Saturday. I'm actually kind of excited about it. Had to track an ingredient down, and that was interesting. But be on the lookout for that. Same place, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Meals with Melissa on Saturday. And that is Q&A Wednesday. Happy holidays, everyone.